Yo, what's up, Capricorn? Welcome to your monthly forecast for the month of April 2016. For the majority of the month of April, the sun is going to be in the sign of Aries. For you as a Capricorn, the sign of Aries is your fourth house. The fourth house has to do with home and family. So the sun is going to be in this area until April 19th. So up until April 19th, the focus is going to in your life is going to be very much about things at home and regarding your family. On April 19th, the sun is going to change positions. It's actually going to move into the sign of Taurus. And for you as a Capricorn, Taurus is your fifth house, and the fifth house has to do more with your romantic situation and more with it's just about having fun. So for the majority of the month of April, you have home and family matters on your mind a lot. And then by the time April 19th hits and the sun shifts into Taurus, it goes into your fifth house, then you can just kind of put your concern with the family and home life stuff off to the side. And after April 19th, then you can just, start to have some fun, enjoy your romantic situation. So those are the primary themes for the month of April 2016 for you, Capricorn. Now I'm going to talk about some more specific major astrological events that are set to occur for the month of April 2016 and what they mean for you. On April 5th, Venus, the planet of love, enters Aries. So once again, Aries is this fourth house, and it has to do with your home life. So Venus is going to be transiting this area until April 29th. So it seems that all throughout the month of April, if your significant other or spouse or love interest or whoever is in your home, I mean, this is a really great time for your love life. It looks that April is set to be a really great time for your love life if you have your significant other living in your home with you. On the same day, April 5th, Mercury, the planet of communication, enters Taurus. And Taurus is that fifth house that has to do with your romantic situation, and it has to do with having fun. And what's interesting about Mercury during this transit is it's actually going retrograde, so it's going to be in this area for quite a while. It's going to move forward in this area all throughout the month of April. And then on April 28th, it's going to begin to do a retrograde, and it's going to do a retrograde until May 22nd. And everybody knows a retrograde is the planet is moving backwards. Well, technically, it's not really moving backwards. Everyone thinks it is, but it kind of just looks like it is. And the reason that is because the Earth, when a retrograde happens, the Earth is actually moving faster than the planet that's retrograding. So I guess if you were to look at it through Mercury through a telescope, maybe it looks like it's going backwards. But what does this mean from an astrology standpoint? Well, it's in your fifth house, and your fifth house has to do primarily with your romantic situation. And when Mercury goes backwards, Mercury is a planet of communication, so it can sometimes cause some challenges in communication. And this has to do with your romantic situation. So after April 28th, or when it starts to retrograde on April 28th, and until May 22nd, that's the point where it's going to stop retrograding and straighten out. During that time, you may experience, some challenges in your communications with a love interest or a significant other, regarding your romantic situation. There may just be some sort of misunderstandings, or maybe a message that you're trying to, get across, and it's just not coming through the way that you want it to. But don't let this stress you out, because after May 22nd, that's when Mercury is going to straighten out. And then, whatever is being discussed during the retrograde that's not being resolved will eventually be resolved after May 22nd. On April 7th, there's a new moon in Aries. So Aries, once again, be in this area of your home and family. That's your fourth house of home and family. So that new moons are like a trigger, and they set off all these new events, and all these new things regarding your home and family life are going to be building and building and building for the next 6 months. So something new coming down the pike for you, Capricorn, in the next 6 months regarding your home and family life. And then 6 months from now, there's going to be a full moon in the same area, and that's the culminating point. So whatever is going to be building starting on April 7th and building and building and building for the next 6 months, whatever is going to be building 6 months down the line from now, when that full moon happens in the same area, that's when, whatever's building over this time is going to finally come to fruition. And it has to do with your home and family. And on April 12th, Venus, the planet of love, is in Aries, And that's Aries, once again, your fourth house of home and family, making a positive angle to Mars, the planet of power and ambition. And that's in Sagittarius. And Sagittarius is your 12th house. The 12th house has to do with things that are, more hidden. And then sometimes it has to do with things that are coming to a completion or finalization too. So on April 12th, there could be something positive happening, regarding you. Maybe your love interest is even involved, or maybe even consulting you about it. But it's, something positive happening on April 12th, and even following that event, regarding something maybe even coming to a completion or coming to a finalization, just something in your life. And, I think it looks to be that your love interest is, or significant other is very supportive for you about this. And this is also the 12th house Sagittarius. Like I said, it's the house that's the area that's hidden for you. So it has to do with like hidden and things that are like behind the scenes and like sort of maybe even like secret. So Venus is the planet of love, and that's in the area of your home life, and Mars is the planet of sex, and that's in your area of things that are hidden. So it sounds like if you have a significant other living with you, there could be some pretty hot moments happening maybe on April 12th in your house with your significant other. So you might want to take advantage of that. Mark that one for your calendar. And on April 17th, Mars, the planet of power and ambition, is actually turning retrograde in this 12th house area. And I think this suggests something about, like I said, this area the 12th house has to do with things coming to a completion and things coming to a finalization. And, after April 17th, with Mars going retrograde here, these retrogrades, they cause some hang-ups. So, now we have another planet going retrograde this month. And, whatever it is that you're trying to finish, or whatever it is that, you're trying to finalize in your life, it might get stuck, after Mars goes retrograde on April 17th. But don't worry, because it's actually, there's something that needs to be reviewed about it before it can proceed and be finalized. And whatever it is, it's going to take probably most of the summer to sort it out. But by the time, the fall hits, then whatever this issue is that you're trying to finalize or complete, by the time the fall hits, then, this should finally be worked out. So nothing to worry about there. And on April 18th, Venus, once again, the planet of love in your area of home, your area of your home life, is making a positive angle once again to Saturn in Sagittarius, this hidden area. So, it looks to be, a positive day for some sort of, private or hidden moment with your significant other. With Venus being there as the planet of love, it may have to do with romance in your home and whoever's maybe your significant other or your love interest in your home. And it's, a good day for you and your love interest in your home. And on the same day, Pluto actually goes retrograde, and Pluto is in your sign, Capricorn. It's in the first, for you, Capricorn is the first house, the house of self. You are Capricorn. So Pluto going retrograde in your sign, and it's going to be retrograding until September 26th. So it's going to be retrograding all spring, all summer, and then finally it doesn't move forward until September 26th. So when Pluto goes retrograde, it actually just shakes off all these old processes, and because it's in Capricorn, you, the first house of self, it's going to be shaking off all these old processes about yourself. So, if you have like these processes about yourself, Capricorn, that you just cling on to and you just won't let them go, Pluto is just going to eliminate them. Whatever you've been hanging on to about yourself, or ideas that you have about yourself, or just ways about yourself that are outdated and no longer serving you, Pluto is just going to eliminate all these processes, and it's going to be happening all spring and all summer. And then by the time September 26th hits, when Pluto starts to straighten out again, then, that'll make room for, the new Capricorn processes to come into your life. On April 19th, Venus, once again, the planet of love, is in your fourth house, Aries. That's the house of your home and family. And it's now making a challenging aspect to Pluto in Capricorn. Capricorn is you. You're Capricorn, your first house of self. And so what does this suggest? It suggests maybe, you're having some kind of challenging moment with someone in your home. I don't know if maybe you have family or children living. If you have family or children living in your home, maybe it's challenges with them. Maybe it's a challenge with a significant other that's living in your home. Or, it doesn't even have to be that they're even living with you. It could be anybody in your family that you're having a challenge with on that day. But that's what this suggests on April 19th. And then on April 22nd, there's a full moon in Scorpio, and Scorpio is your 11th house. The 11th house has to do with your friendships and your social situation. So full moons are interesting. They're like a wild card. I mean, you know, they're depending on what's going on with your life right now. It could either be like a shakeup, or it could just be some kind of development. So, I mean, you know, with this being in your house of your 11th house of friendships on April 22nd and your house of your social situation, there may be some kind of shakeup regarding your friends or your social situation, or there just could be like some kind of development coming to light on April 22nd, and it has to do with your friendships and your social situation. And on the same day, Venus, the planet of love in Aries, your 4th house of home and family, is making a conjunction with Uranus, the planet of the unexpected, in the same area, Aries, that 4th house. So they're aligning in the same area, and Uranus really brings like the unexpected. So it's like you could have like a really like nice moment regarding home and family, and then all of a sudden you could have like an awkward moment, and then another nice moment, and then another awkward moment. It's like it keeps like switching back and forth, and like, so you'll notice that on April 22nd. That's conjunction. Any planet that conjuncts Aries, that's what any planet that conjuncts Uranus, that's what it does. It just kind of makes these like random things, and it goes back and forth. And but that's something to look out for on April 22nd. But thank you very much for watching this forecast, Capricorn. If you've enjoyed it, make sure to subscribe and like, and I'll see you next month. Take care. Bye-bye.